Hi guys, as we discussed, I said I'd do a analysis of both 470group.com.au site as well as the asbestos site. I might split them into two separate analyses so you can look at them independently. So I thought I'll just jump into the 470group.com.au site first, do a little bit of UX, do just a bit of domain analysis, some SEO, some social connections, just a bit of a review of where you're at, and in my humble opinion, what could be some improvements on the site. Let's go. So overall, the site, you have a very strong brand. Your brand is really good. So you might have invested in that recently or in the last few years. That presents a nice, strong coloured presence on the site. However, the site is kind of lacking a bit of, direction or call to action. It's a very, hey, this is what we do. Here's a few of our projects. We kind of have a blog, but we've given it a crack, but not really kept up with it. And we've got our contact details. So normally what we see in a well-constructed site is in this header bar, you've got a click to call or a call to action, or your phone number is above the fold line. This is the bottom line down here. So when we scroll, some of this content is really good for search, but we really want to lead the user into what you want them to do in above the fold. So there's kind of a missed opportunity here with these banners. Yes, it says you do residential renovations. Yes, it says commercial fit out and asbestos removal. However, what do you want the user to do? Do you want them to view some projects of your commercial fit outs? Do you want to book a consultation for your residential renovations or insurance repair, whatever that might be? Try and lead the user through, we call them calls to action or CTAs. However, your site doesn't really have any CTAs in the mix. You do have one on your contact page that is, again, below the fold. See, great big fat number. That should actually be up in your header profile. Under services, you're targeting a couple of different areas, obviously: commercial fit outs, construction, asbestos, catastrophe. Now, I just wanted to have a quick look at how that translates to your searches. I know you're paying for some ads in this space, especially for asbestos removal. So if I go commercial fit outs Brisbane in Google search, I've done a bit of a hunt around for you guys in this space, and you're not on the first 5 pages. So it's probably why you're paying for some ads, because you don't have much visibility in organic search. So that's a reflection of your content and also your on-page SEO. So it needs to be really focused. Both of these areas you're competing in are really, really heavily has heavy competition. So it's really important you focus some of your content, actually all of your content, around commercial fit outs or commercial builders Brisbane. So commercial fit outs Brisbane, you're not ranking. Same with Sunshine Coast. I also did some commercial builders Brisbane, commercial builders Sunshine Coast. You're not on the first 5 pages. You're not in the top 50 for any of those searches. So some work needs to be done in your organic search. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay for ads all the time. So I've fed your domain 470 group through a little bit of analysis. So this initial research doesn't give too much away as far as, but it gives me an idea of the health of the site. So you've got a couple of backlinks backlinks build traffic to the site. You've got some organic keywords performing, but if you have a look at that list, Dymocks Garden City, these are your projects that are listing more so than your actual keywords. It's a problem, because you want 470. Obviously, if you do a search for 470 group, you appear on page 1. But you actually want to try and be on page 1 for some of your key terms, page 1 or 2, and regional searches. So you see all these top searches here. They are all your key key projects rather than key terms. So there's quite a lot you can do in this space as far as improving those position statements. So commercials, fit outs, and a little bit of the good news is for asbestos searches. You are on page 4 for organic, but it's not the 470 group, it is the 470 asbestos site. So plenty of work to be done if you wanted to go down that path for your organic search. How do you do that? It's with fresh content. So let's have a look at your other site. So your blog needs to have regular fresh content, at least an article per month, to have some sort of cut through in this space. So again, DIY gamble. To be honest, I would focus your blog on your 470 group site around fit outs and commercial construction, and I would leave a lot of the articles around asbestos to the asbestos site. This is obviously should be removed down here. So a few other things. Let's jump across to, I've had a look at that. This is just the code of your site. So the code of your home page, and this gives you an indication of the optimization component. Construction Services Brisbane isn't a great key term. Construction Companies Brisbane, Construction Builders Brisbane, whatever that might be, Commercial Builders Brisbane. There's some more focused key terms you should have in that title. You do have the descriptions set up, but for 470 Group specialises in asbestos removal projects and commercial fit out. So that's all just by not having commercial building in the first groups of words here doesn't tell Google that you are primarily a construction company or a fit-out company. So you need to dive straight into that and be very specific about those words. So that's a little bit of like a code analysis, but I won't go into too much detail there, but I think you'll understand where I'm getting from my previous comments. What is working in your favour is your Facebook business page. That's really good. You've got a good start there. You've got 373 followers there, people liking it, which is brilliant. You can keep working on that. That's really good. What could be certainly improved is the volume of content you've got flowing there and showcasing some of your projects. So you could get really quite driven by releasing some of your projects. If we go back to your site, the project pages are actually quite good. So let's just load one of these. So yep, images tell 1,000 words, obviously. So nice solid images and a scroll. Could be worth having a few different style of images in there in that particular example. Worded content. So you can be more keyword specific around these, but it's a really good start to the actual presence of the site. So overall the site is actually a good start, but there's massive opportunity for growth. The only other situation I'd have a look at is your LinkedIn profiles if you're trying to attract staff, etc. It can be worth the directors, key staff actually sharing your content. So once your content is posted on your site or a project, everyone in your team actually shares that detail, and that would appear here in, say, Charles's profile. He would see here's his updates and network settings and all that sort of thing. Not network settings. Here's a recent posts and articles, etc. in that space. So can really bind the whole business in your online digital strategy together. So yeah, that's where we're at. I won't look too much further down at your speed. You're on our servers now. That's quite good. And we've resolved those issues early on. So I won't dwell too much on that. But I just thought I'd give you I'll look at your online profile and your digital as far as we see your growth opportunities. So thanks, guys. I'll have a look at this 470 Asbestos site in a minute.